Okay, the Big Five. So the Big Five is another. It's human personality traits. They don't get mixed up together to form personalities like the Myers-Briggs does, but it's five personality traits, and I believe the Big Five is the biggest or most taken or most used thing. It's the most widely used thing to explore human personality, but it's five traits and how you range in those traits. And I'm just recalling this from memory as I'm doing with all these videos, but I've known about I've known about the Myers-Briggs for 12 years, the Enneagram for 10, and I think I heard about the Big Five maybe 8 years ago. That's an estimation. But they're all correlated, and we'll talk about that eventually, but I just want to churn out what are these things in a very surface level way, and then get into the things that have had me thinking about them nonstop for 12, 10, 8 years. So the Big Five, what is that about? So it's five human personality traits and where you range on these five traits. And the first one is extroversion, and how much you range on extroversion, which we have talked about. And I'm recalling this from the Myers-Briggs, but it's where you get your energy from. It's also correlated with positive emotions, I've heard, but that's just a little tidbit. That's not part of the main way to understand it. So the first of the Big Five is extroversion. I think the second is openness, as it's called, and it's openness to ideas and how much you range on being open to ideas. So first one, extroversion, which reminds us of the Myers-Briggs. The second one, openness. So openness to ideas, I think specifically. And then the third trait in the Big Five personality traits is called agreeableness. And so the Big Five is where you range on these things, so where you range on being agreeable. The fourth thing is called conscientiousness, I recall, and where you range on conscientiousness. And the fifth thing is neuroticism of the Big Five personality traits. And like I said, it's not like the Myers-Briggs where the interplay of those five dictates your personality. It's just where you range on the Big Five personality traits of people. So once again, that's extroversion and how you range on extroversion. Second one is openness and how you range on openness, and I think specifically openness to ideas, new ideas. Third one is agreeableness and how agreeable you are on a spectrum, or how you range on agreeableness. Fourth is conscientiousness. I forgot to give a conceptualization of that, and I'm trying to recall one right now. Come on. Conscientiousness. It's your level of industriousness, I think it's also been called. It's how well, gosh dang it. Conscientiousness, maybe look it up, but in the future, we're going to correlate it to judging versus perceiving, just to give you I couldn't remember how they conceptualize it, so I just ruined something for the future. So that's the fourth one, is conscientiousness, and I think it's correlated with industriousness and with judging versus perceiving, and whether you like order or not, basically, and how well you use your time and how much you like structure. And that's the fourth of the five. It's, in my opinion, the same thing as the fourth of Myers-Briggs, judging versus perceiving. But I spoiled that because I couldn't remember how they conceptualize it. The fifth of the big five is neuroticism, which is your level of negative emotion, and that's the big five.